It sucks. And I wish that these guys would like spend their time and efforts on something else, but they're not going to stop, especially when like when an institution actually caves to this kind of like cynical framing, they get a taste of it. Like there's a reason why it compounded since the A-Ripe's podcast got banned, right?
Okay.
Because if someone is just constantly going, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, and the platform doesn't actually offer it any sort of seriousness, right? It's illegitimate. And I know this because like these guys went to the New York Post and like every outlet they possibly could with this story, and no serious outlet took it seriously. They were like, okay, this seems like yet another instance where you are conflating anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. We're not going to cover it, right? So it was always like illegitimate propaganda rags that were, engaging in it. But that's neither here nor there. Like the only people that would like take this kind of shit seriously was the likes of Richie Torres, right? And it would never have been a thing, but then Twitch took action against the Sabra Hummus tier list. And then when Twitch took action against the Sabra Hummus tier list, just like the cracker thing, right? It became a serious situation, right? It became a serious situation after that. It's only real if a like legitimate institution, it's only real if a legitimate institution takes the cynical framework seriously. If everyone goes, you guys are ridiculous, you literally have, you're yelling from the platform that has like straight up neo on it, shut the fuck up, how ridiculous of you, then it doesn't go anywhere. They can compound on it over and over again and just like manifest or fester in their own hatred. It would never go anywhere. But then when institutions do take it seriously out of fear because they are worried, then obviously in that process, like now people are going to write articles about this, right? Twitch apocalypse has begun following criticism of the platform for anti-Semitism, with nearly all creators reporting a noticeable drop in their revenue. Interesting. Don't listen to this propaganda. They're not lying. All the phases complaining in the group chat. Yeah. I said this. I talked about this. I said, Asmongold, you're like collaborating with these losers is really dangerous territory. That's what I was referencing. I was like, you're playing with fire. Like these guys want to tank the platform because they're just straightforwardly filled with hate. Okay, that's it. This community has been so active in fighting against anti-Semitism, more so than virtually every other community online. And the reason for that is because we are very knowledgeable on this. Okay, that's it. Many people don't even understand.
Did he get kicked out of his house?
Anti-Semitism.
Where's he at right now?
Don't even think about it. They might say that is anti-Semitic without even realizing it. We don't even let that slide. I use that as an educational opportunity.
Can I say, okay, before the federal government formed, you had the Federalists who were writing the Federalist Papers. There were a group of people called the Anti-Federalists who didn't believe in a federalized government. They thought that a federal government would encroach upon the rights of the states and they would take too much power away from the people. And they would have to rebel a whole new time against a whole new corrupt government, okay, that was taking too much power. And one of the large concessions that was made was, okay, listen, you keep saying that the federal government is going to do all these things. It's a government of enumerated powers. It doesn't even have the power to do these things, okay? Look, it's literally written in the Constitution. Everything else is left. Why? Like, why? Come on. It's not, the government doesn't even have this power. And the anti-federalists go, I want you to give me a guarantee, okay? I need you to make me a sworn promise, all right? Write it the down. And they wrote it the down, and that's where the first 10 amendments come from. The Bill of Rights were a guarantee essentially to the states. Okay, listen, like codified in writing as part of the Constitution, okay? Here's your Bill of Rights. The government will not touch these things, okay? One argument against something like the Bill of Rights is, well, hold on. If you start saying explicitly what the government can't do, is the assumption going to be that the government can do something unless you say that it can't do something? Like, why would you have a thing saying, like, Congress shall make no law? Like, they already shouldn't be able to do that. So why would you have to have that in writing? Now you're making people think that the government can do it unless they think preventing them from doing it, right? That was an argument against it, okay? One of the things that I don't like about the new Twitch rule update is it's not needed and it's not necessary. So I don't know why they added it. Why do you need a thing explicitly saying you cannot use a term in a racist or hateful manner? That should already be encompassed by the other rules. So when I see something like this, can I use other political jargon or slogans? You know what? Slargon. What a great word. Somebody should make it. Can I use other political slogans or other political jargon to demean or be racist to people unless there is explicitly a rule that lists that word? Like, why do we even need this rule? Twitch, are we going to do a press release for every single slur? Our hateful conduct policy is designed to protect our community from attacks based on a person's protected characteristics, such as race, nationality, religion, or sexuality. The policy prohibits harmful behaviors like suggesting that a victim of harm deserved it or sharing a hateful image or symbol. As part of the hateful conduct policy, we prohibit the use of terms that may or may not be harmful or abusive in isolation, but can be used as a slur or to denigrate others in certain contexts. In line with that approach, starting today, using the term Zionist to attack or demean another individual or group of people on the basis of their background or religious beliefs is against our rules. It wasn't before? What do you mean? So you're telling me that on Twitch before, if somebody was an Arab, I could just call them a terrorist? Because terrorist isn't against the rules. It's not a bad word. Or I could just call somebody ISIS. Oh, look, what was your name? A what? You mean al-terrorist? Oh, nice. What's up, ISIS? Like, you're telling me you wouldn't get banned from? Of course you would. Obviously you would. Because that obviously falls in line with the hateful conduct policy that's already existed on Twitch. So why would you have to carve out this whole brand new press release to explicitly call out the term Zionist? What the
From the first day onward, I said this. I said, if every single American Jew tomorrow turned anti-Zionist overnight, okay, it still would not change America's calculations with Israel, because Israel has nothing to do with Judaism, okay? It does not. It is presented as that. It is packaged as that. It is sold as that, and it is defended as.
This is what he's doing. He's not the first person to do this. This is really slick propaganda, okay? The goal is you obviously want to hate these motherfuckers in Israel, and you want to hate them on their ethnicity. You don't want to hate the Arabs. You want to just hate the Jewish ones. So the way that you do it is you try to separate, you try to divorce out the ethnic or religious part of it as much as possible while still being able to attack them on their nationality. It's so funny. I think we listened to Hasan literally do this. I think Hasan literally said, Israel has nothing to do with Jewishness. It's just like this horrible ethnocentric religious state. And it's like, wait, what do you mean? What ethnicity? What do you mean an ethnocentric state? That has nothing to do with Judaism. And then they'll do this, well, I'm only talking about the religion or whatever. It's like, nobody means that. When they say Jew, nobody's talking about the religion. But it's dumb. This is just like a little propaganda trick.
Anti-Semites.
It's kind of like when people will say like Mexicans and Venezuelans and these Puerto Ricans or whatever, and people will be like, well, Puerto Rican wouldn't fit, but like people are like, hey, hold on, dude, are you okay? Are you like, you're kind of racist? And they're like, excuse me? Racist? You think Mexico? You think it's a race? You think there's Mexican people ethnically? I'm sorry, a white person can be Mexican. So you're the racist, sir. I didn't actually have anything to do with race when I said that. I just hate Mexicans. People from the country of Mexico. You're actually being racist by assuming I meant Hispanic or Latinos, okay? That's on you, chief. But then it's funny because then Hasan will then in the next bit say, oh, also, Destiny's Islamophobic. And it's like, I have said that in the past. Like, yeah, I don't like any religions like Islam, okay? Or Christianity or whatever, okay? But when they say Islamophobic, they're hardcore calling into ethnic. They're calling like an ethnic identity into. They want to bring that to your mind when they say that, right? When you're Islamophobic, nobody actually cares if you're Islamophobic. What they care is that you're racist against Arabs, which is bad. You shouldn't be. And a lot of people that are Islamophobic are really just people that hate Arabs, which is also true. Which is why you saw people attack like Sikhs and stuff because like, oh, Talhead, he's Arab or whatever, right? Yeah, they're just racist. But it's funny to see him play the exact same game when it comes to Jews or Israelis because it benefits him here and then call out on other aspects. It's funny. Destiny never says Judaism. Why do you fucking always come in here and say the most You're so white and you're so American. And there's two reasons why I know that you're a 20-year-old white American kid. I know you are. I know all three of those things are true. Okay, I have your age down to the year. I know that you're white, and you know why? I know why for a couple reasons. One, it's because I have said that a million times. I don't give a about the Jewish religion is cringe. All that shit, okay? It's weird and cringe. I said it when I was in Israel. I'll say it in America. But also, number two, no Jew gives a fuck. Do you understand that, right? It's not a proselytizing religion. If I go up to a Jew and I say, yo, boy, your religion is dog shit, by the way, they would go, oy vey, cool. They'll be like, wait a second, were you ever Jewish? And I'll say, no. They're like, I don't give a fuck about you. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck you, motherfucker. You think Jews don't give a fuck if you make fun of their religions? They're not. Their goal isn't to convert or proselytize. It's not what they do, right? It's like I've used the term like goyim and shit as like an insult for a non-Jew. I don't even think goyim is technically an insult for a non-Jewish person. I think goyim is an insult for people that are Jewish but don't practice their faith or they've left their religion. Like it's not even like Jews don't give a fuck. You make fun of their religion. If you're not Jewish, they don't care, and I don't care if I make fun of the Jewish religion because nobody cares about the Jewish religion. That's not what's at issue generally when you're talking about things. In the time of dangerously escalating anti-Semitism, we commend Twitch for changing their policy against the use of Zionist as a slur and proxy raid against Jews. We are glad Twitch acted on our recommendations to make this change. Oh no! However, policy is only as strong as enforcement, and we will be vigilant and appropriately skeptical about Twitch's enforcement of this new policy. When one of the largest streamers on Twitch, Hasan spends the hours after the Amsterdam pogrom minimizing its harm without consequence, it's clear the platform still has far to go.
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.